Welcome back to Low Stress Math with Mrs. Bono. I want you to pause the video and try the problems on page 17. They are linear versus nonlinear, so make sure you look at page 16 in your notes, and that is unit for lesson 6. And this is a continuation, but I'd like you to try the problems. That's why it says you try. Okay, I hope you paused the video and tried the problems. If not, well, the best way to learn math is to do math, so you got to try these things. Now, I was very kind and I gave you the domain. So you had to use the rule to find the range and get me some coordinates. Let's do this. 2, I like to write in red, times -2 minus 1. Let's see, 2 times -2 is -4. Minus 1 is -5. So the first point I can graph is -2, -5. Then 2 times -1 minus 1. 2 times -1 is -2 minus 1, -3. -1, -3. And I am just going to get all kinds of lazy right now. Ooh, bono. 2 times 0, 2 times 1, 2 times 2. All right, 2 times 0 is 0 minus 1, -1, so 0, -1. 1 minus 1 is 0, so +1, 0. 2 times 2 is 4, minus 1 is 3. Wait, yeah. So 2, 3. Okay, I think. Take a guess. Do you think that's linear or nonlinear? Well, looking at just the equation, there's no visible exponents. There's some invisible ones. So the largest exponent there is 1. And if I flip back and read my, oh no, God, no, not look back and read your notes, yes. Linear equations have a graph that looks like a straight line. Well, I didn't graph it, so I don't know that. The equation has an exponent of 1. Sometimes the exponent 1 is invisible. Well, there's some invisible ones hanging out there. So that means that this is linear. I'm going to put a big puffy cloud of happiness around it. I just realized I wrote in script, but you can look back to see how to spell it. So, -2, -5, -1, -3, 0, -1, 1, sorry, 0. I did that wrong. Yeah, 0, -1. +1 is 1. That's where I made a mistake. See, I made the mistake when I did the problem, but now look, I realized it was a mistake because it didn't follow the pattern on my graph. I was like, wow, that's not where that goes. I must have made a mistake. So graphing can help you catch mistakes. 2 minus 1, that's so silly, Bono. 2 minus 1 is 1. So 2 and 3. There we go. That's nice. That's a straight line. If I had graphed that other point and it wasn't on my line, I would have realized right away that I made a mistake. Okay, I want to talk a minute about how to hold your ruler. Look at my fingers. I'm holding the ruler. My fingers are very far apart. That's so that the ruler doesn't move around when I put my pen into the ruler. And look, I go above the grid, not very dark, but above the grid, and below the grid. The grid is not the graph. The line that I drew with the arrows, that's the graph. So this is the graph of a line. It's linear. And I'm going to write y equals 2x plus 1. Because I have to label my graph, label the line. All right. So the next one, that already has an exponent of 2. I don't even have to do anything. I see that too, and I know that that is non-linear. I wrote nothing. I looked at the equation, saw that exponent, and I knew ahead of time it was non-linear. Now, in order to do x squared, you have to put the number in parentheses. So it's parentheses -2, parentheses -1. Just make sure you put your number in parentheses. Why? Because squared is multiplication. You're multiplying the number times itself. So -2 squared is -2 times -2. -1 squared is -1 times -1. You're squaring the number. That means multiply it times itself. Now, I'm going to do this on the calculator because I want you to see it. I want you to see what happens when you don't put the parentheses. So let's do the problem with parentheses first. Parentheses, -2, parentheses. And there's actually a square button on here that makes it easier. -1. And look, I get +3. But if I don't put the parentheses, -2 squared minus 1, and I'm going to get -5. Do you see that? Ooh, that is not good. So remember, when you're doing these problems, you have to put parentheses around the number. So what did I get here? 3. -2, 3. 1 minus 1 is 0. So -1, 0. 0 minus 1 is -1. So 0, -1. 1 minus 1 is 0. 1, 0. And 4 minus 1 is 3. 2, 3. And I know already this is not going to be a line. So when I'm graphing it, I'm not looking for them to be in a line. -2, +3. -1, 0, 0, -1, +1, 0, and +2, 3. We talked a little bit briefly yesterday about this shape. This shape is a parabola, P-A-R-A-B-O-L-A, parabola. And a parabola is shaped like a U. It kind of looks like a V, but it really isn't, I promise you. So you're going to take these 3 bottom points and make a U shape. I like to think of it as the happy parabola because it's smiling at me. Now I can go up to the next point and put an arrow on it, up through the next point and put an arrow on it. Look, I'm going past the grid again. You want to be above and below the grid when you're graphing. Now I still have to label my graph. This U-shaped parabola is my graph for the equation y equals x squared minus 1. Okay, down here. Ooh, fractions. Is that going to be linear or nonlinear? Let's find out. X over 2 plus 3. I could take a guess because I'm looking at this and I don't see any exponents. That means it's a bunch of invisible ones. So you know what? I'm going to write in pencil linear. I'm guessing, right? I think it's linear. So -4, -2, 0, 2, 4 over -2 over, sorry, not -2, regular 2, Bono. I'm dividing by 2. That's why the domain is all even numbers, because I'm dividing by 2. When you divide by 2, you want to use multiples of 2 for your domain. Now, if you need a calculator for that, that's fine. -4 divided by 2 is -2 plus 3 is 1. And so my point is -4, 1. -2 divided by 2 is -1, plus 3 is 2. -2, -2, oh, +2, Bono, +2. Wow, that would have been bad, huh? Actually, you know what? The world of whiteout. Let's get rid of that stupid sign there. It doesn't belong. It doesn't look good. -2, +2. 0 plus 3 is 3. 0, 3. Oh, look, I got a nice pattern here. 1, 2, 3. I bet this is 4. 1 plus 3. Yep, it is 4. 2, 4. That's going to be 5. 2 plus 3, 5. 4, 5. Okay, and that is definitely linear. -4, +1. -2, +2. 0, 3, 2, 4, and 4, 5. Yep, perfectly linear. Connect the dots, hold the ruler nice and steady above and below the grid. Put arrows on there and write the equation. Y equals x divided by 2 plus 3. All right, down a little bit further. And last problem on this page. The rule, -2x plus 2. So -2 times everything times -1 times 0 times 1 times 2. Okay. Let's see. -2 times -1 is +2, plus 2 is 4. To get the point -1, 4. 0 plus 2 is 2, so 0, 2. -2 plus 2 is 0. 1, 0. -2 times -2 is -4, plus 2 is -2. So 2, -2. Okay, not too bad. Time to graph. -1, +4, 0, 2, 1, 0, 2, -2, 3, -4. Oh, I kind of just did that last one in my head. Sometimes that happens. I added my own point down here. That's okay. This is going to be linear. Obviously, those are making a line. Let's put a little puffy cloud of happiness around the linear. You know what? I want some happiness around my pencil linear, too. Here we go. Now, on a Regents exam, you have to do your math in pen. The only thing you're not supposed to do in pen is graph. And I would strongly suggest using a pencil to graph. And I'm going to explain about that in another lesson. But yeah, really, you should use pencil for graphing, even me. So y equals -2x plus 2. Okay, good job. I hope you answered all those questions correctly, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.